Hi friends, this is Sarah. Welcome to Crafting and Relaxing. Thank you so very much for joining me in my craft room. Today we're talking about the 2020 Crafty Goals collaboration with Amalia from Cool Cakes and Crafts with Amalia. This is a collaboration, so be sure and check out the description to see other people's goals and find inspiration. It is just setting crafty goals just like you would set other goals in your life. And I made mine into a journal, but people did it differently. The theme for this month is review, revamp, and revise, which I think there's probably going to be a lot of that because the virus changed things. We didn't get out as much as we planned, but I was thinking about it and I don't think I'm going to change any of my goals, but I might need to approach them a little bit differently. My first one for May, try something new. I used the Dina Wakley gloss acrylic sprays. I think they're technically called glossy sprays. She has those out now. They're very fun to use. There are 12 colors, and I talked about those in some other videos, so I'm not going to spend any time on those projects. It's challenging to learn a new mixed media product. At least for me it is. I'm not a mixed media expert, so I was having a lot of fun. Don't mind my nails. That's another project. Then make something blue. It's just something that I enjoy each month to remember and stop and make something that I will like. And I did Christy Marcotte's Christy's Card Challenge, the red, white, and blue one. And I had fun on that red, white, and blue card that I made. So that was my May something blue. Journal page. I did a page with the title of Surreal that was about right now. And used the acrylic sprays on it, and I showed that in a different video. Then my tidying, I will tell you, it's not good in here, okay? It's not good. At the end of the month for April, I felt like a rock star. I felt like I got so much done and everything was amazing. May, not so much. I met all my goals, but my scale of how I felt about them and how I would rate them, well, I didn't do all my goals. Let's not be crazy. Is a little different. So I definitely am trying to think about reviewing, revamping, and revising my tidying goal. Maybe I need 2 30-minute blocks. Maybe I need a longer one. I don't know that I can tidy for 45 minutes or an hour straight. I think I'll get sidetracked. One thing that I did do, and I believe it was in May, was I worked on the cupboard of shame. And I don't know if I showed that or if I have a video, but my cupboard of shame is where I hoard all of my mixed media supplies, and it's missing a drawer front, which works perfect because I don't even open the door. I just shove stuff in the little slot and add to it. And then pretty much every time I open a cupboard, something falls out. So I finally got fed up with that and organized it a little better. And I went through it and I made piles and said, okay, I saved all this stuff because I thought I was going to make a million journals, or I thought I was going to make a certain style. And then I resorted all my packaging and my cereal boxes. So I did make some big progress there, but that was outside of the timing thing. It also thinned out a bunch of stuff. Be sure and circle back, because as your activities change, you don't want the same stuff. And I'm not saying clear everything out, because then tomorrow when you go to make a cereal box journal cover, you're not going to have one. But I had, oh my gosh, I'm like embarrassed to tell you. I probably had, you know, the packaging, like, okay, 6x6s. I had a bunch of these, and then I had the packaging that comes with the stickers. Okay, so I save all of this white paper, because I can use it for a layer with a die cut, or I can punch it for something, or I can paint smush on it and then die cut it. I probably had 50 of these in the cupboard down there in miscellaneous places, and I have another section of them. So I went through, and any that were damaged or bent or just too small I thought to mess with, I had saved like moisturizer boxes. I mean, tiny stuff that I just didn't want. So I thinned it out. That was better. But the room as a whole, like, if you wanted to come here and craft with me right now, no, there's no room for you. There's no room. Okay, Crafty friends, oh, it's a heartbreak. This month, we actually, this weekend, we had a crafty beach weekend planned and we had to cancel it because it's a long drive. It just wasn't going to work. I don't even know where we would stop to go to the restroom or anything on the way. Quilt book pages and 12 by 12s. I'm going to be honest, I've done nothing. Maybe next month is the month. Those are my hard ones. Use up 2 things per month. I used up 4 things, and I went back and watched like my intro and my January video. And what I said about this was maybe it'll be cans of spray paint. Maybe it'll be like use it up challenge type stuff. I have mostly focused on paper because for my organizational style and how I like to craft, I have too much. I know there are many of you who love to get an entire collection and store it and hoard it, and you want to collect all the Maggie Holmes or you want to collect all the authentique. I want to have a couple of things that are in season on hand. Does that make sense? So I want to have something that when I go and look for something for June, I have a couple of cute, bright choices. And I want to have some 4th of July stuff all the time because I love blue, right? So I want to have red, white, and blue. I do like to have a little bit of fall and winter in my stash just because sometimes the products aren't released as early as I want to start. But I don't need 20 or 30 6x6 pads that are all pretty general and cute. Does that make sense? I tried to go back and find at the beginning of the year how many I had because I thought it would be really neat to see how things had changed because of COVID and how I was doing on using things up. But I couldn't find a count of what I had in my 6x6 stash exactly and what was in my holiday, that sort of thing. So to give you an idea, in just my 6x6 stash that doesn't have any accessory packs or embellishments to go with it, when I counted today, I had about 20. And at one point, I know I had 31. And February of 2019, I mentioned in a video that I had 15. So I would like to see that get down to, I don't know, maybe 10. I think 10 is reasonable. Keep in mind that I also have the section where I have 6x6s with accessories, and then I have winter and fall separate. So seasonal stuff is in a different category. I'm not counting like my Easter 6x6 in there or anything like that. But that's what I'm trying to do. That's my style. And part of that is because I'm so messy and I forget what I have. It brings me a lot of joy to pick one out and use it right away. Like I'm inspired. It spoke to me in that season or time. When I buy them and let them sit in my room for a year or two, some of the joy kind of melts off and then it becomes a little bit of a chore. But that's just my style. So that's part of why I'm trying really hard to bring my stash down. My Tuesday mornings have opened up, so that I'm struggling with a little bit. But I thought I would call and see if they got a truck, and then I'll decide based on that. Okay, so for May, if you watch my channel, you probably know about all of this. I did the Echo Park Everyday Eclectic. I did the Echo Park Hello Again. Everyday Eclectic was 6x6. I did Hello Again in 12x12. The Cartabella, I made that journal with. And Vicky Booten, I made a couple of journals with. So in May, I used up 4 paper pads. And if it's on this page, it was a brand new paper pad. It did evolve a little bit from how I planned it in my goals originally. And then over here, this is where I'm keeping track of partials. And in May, I did use up another partial. It was this one. For the record, in green and blue. You would think this would be something I would love and use right away, but it had just been floating forever. I tried, this one right here. I started this one, but it didn't get there. It's just still at the card front stage and a lot of scraps. So hopefully we can say that one's done in June. I'm trying to figure out a little bit how to revamp and revise for inspiration. I think part of it is my room is messy, the world is stressful, so try not to get caught up in everything that's going on. Try to stay focused on whatever your word, hopefully you have a word for 2020. Clearly mine is joy. And really look in your craft room and in your house and find some inspiration. I know some of you still can't shop, and there's a lot of crazy things on social media. So just look around and try and find some joy. Thanks so much for watching. And if my video didn't do it for you, go watch somebody else's in this collaboration, and hopefully they will inspire you to get moving. Bye-bye.